So there's been a whole scandal around streamers taking a break because apparently a lot of their Twitch views have been botted via botting companies. Those companies' activities have been shut down apparently, and I know it's bad. And so we're gonna look into it. We're gonna see. I guess Destiny is gonna make a case that Asmongold has been using bots to bolster his Twitch numbers, which I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't buy it. As much as I don't like Asmongold's political takes, especially on Ukraine, regarding the war in Ukraine, I just think people genuinely watch Asmongold. I just think that he has appeal that people like. Thank God the AI bubble is kind of popping. Yeah, thank God. I don't know. I just, the thumbnail seems to suggest that Asmongold has been using bots and that the bots went away and his viewership dropped. But I just find it hard to believe in his particular case. I just think that he has legitimate live viewers because of his gaming content, because of his quirky nature that people find relatable, I suppose. Yeah, let's see I'm making a lot of speculation. I'm making a lot of assumptions. So let's just watch it and see if it goes the way I think it goes. All right.
OTK person was getting view botted, right? Since Twitch's bot crackdown, Tectone and Lydia Violet's viewers have halved. Asmongold's viewers have dropped by 20,000. Their bot accusations to OTK and the Austin crew.
I mean, hold on.
Why do we Lydia Asmongold's viewers have dropped by 20,000?
Asmongold's viewers have dropped by 20,000. But do you mean 20,000 concurrent viewers or 20,000 follows? Because I don't know how many Twitch Asmongold. How many followers does Asmongold have on Twitch? 3.6 million followers. I just don't feel like 20,000 is anything. I feel like 20,000 is nothing, not even a dent. If you have 3.6 million followers, then what is 20,000? Nothing. I just really don't think Asmongold is botting or has been botting. It doesn't feel to be the case. Maybe it would be a bigger deal if Asmongold's concurrent viewers dropped by 20,000, then maybe that would be a bigger deal. But Asmongold is just the kind of guy to say pedos are bad, and his audience is like, wow, this guy knows his stuff. Oh, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
1,000? They're about accusations to OTK and the Austin crew. Why do we Lydia Violet? Why do we know this person? Do we know this person, or is this just a stream that I've seen on Twitch when she was in a cute bot show with you? Oh, she hung out with Melina, that's why. Is this showing that her average viewers went from 6,000 to 3,000? Does she normally stream for 3 hours? I should just look this up. I can do this myself. When did the view bots go down, supposedly? 2 to 3 days ago? See, it's hard because she's also doing content that she doesn't normally do here, right? This is, what is the red IRL? She normally does other stuff. I don't know how much that matters. Let's see, we've got Ms. Kiff. Wait, do we know the exact day that they went down? Like, do we know that for sure? 2 to 3 days ago? That means no. 2-3 days ago. Were they like a bunch of different ones that went down like over the...
Yeah, I think the most likely scenario is that a bunch of different sites went down at different times. Oh, I think that's the most realistic scenario. We had a bunch of companies and they all did not go down at the same time.
The course of a few hours, or because like here, we would say, oh, on the 21st, I guess, the view bots weren't working by 4 p.m. But here, if we believe these are view bots, they were working up till 5 a.m. Maybe so sometime on the 21st. It was the 21st, happened live when Tectone was on. Look at his stream on the 21st. Do you have a timestamp? Because that'd be pretty funny. I feel like it's kind of crazy. In a way, you're giving people kind of a lot of power here, right? Like imagine if the guy that ran like a viewbot service decided he hated you one day, he could leak so much. Apparently Mira went from 2K average to less than 200. Oh, Mira.
I mean, that's thing you would know about people leaking stuff because they hate him.
Has always been insanely heavily viewbot. You could tell if you just go visit her stream. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Who is Mira?
She'll have the deadest chat ever at like 2K viewers constantly. That's not surprising at all. So like, what was Tectone?
So I guess that person went from 3,000 viewers concurrent to 0.
If Tectone was viewbotting, what would you say? He viewbotted like 2K viewers? Lacey. Wait, do we know Lacey? y'all won't remember this, okay? Because this was back in the day. But one of the funniest memes ever,
Okay.
was there was a huge Viewbot update, like, me, dude. It was like 10 years ago or something. And there were so many streamers that like went live for a little bit and then turned their streams off. And they were so awkward about it. Like, oh, I think I have a cold today, guys. Or I feel like,
Oh my God, that is so pathetic. Oh my goodness. You know what? I may have a small audience, but I will never have to do something like this. I will never have to be like, oh my God, my bots are all down. I guess, you guys, I left my stove on and my cake is burning. I have to go do chores. That's never gonna be a thing.
sick. It was so funny seeing how many people were making excuses up not to stream that day. Yeah, do you remember the Masan stuff? And then I think I think he sold his Twitch channel shortly after that because oh my god, there's so much background lore for this. So if you don't know, it's just
Why would you build your whole channel on botting, on the fact that if bots don't work, your channel is dead in the water? That there's no purpose for you streaming if bots are not involved. That is so pathetic. That is the saddest thing.
Masan showed up one day on stream as like a VTuber, but this was before. I'm not even able to find this. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm like a wolf thing now," but this was like before VTuber, so they didn't call him that. And because the guy, I guess the original
What?
Masan guy had sold his channel to somebody, and then I don't know. I think that channel just crashed and burned. Honestly, what's the point of view botting? Do you make any money from bots, or is it just you can get more money from sponsors? I'd say one might be scamming sponsors. However, if you like, sponsors are never going to renew with you if the
I personally think that the point of view botting in the eyes of the creator is like, oh, if people see that I have a lot of viewers, more people will be just naturally attracted. More people will think, oh, this person is worth listening to. This person is worth watching. Because look, 2,000 people are watching already. Why wouldn't they have something interesting to say? If so many people are watching this person already, I might as well join and stream and watch as well, along 2,000 other people. I think that's the logic, honestly, to draw in more people. It's like the scale game, too big to fail, etc. They must be good if so many people want to watch them. I genuinely think that's it. You think I'm right? What do you think?
conversion is very low. So conversion is generally measured in, well, not measured in, but like a conversion broadly speaks about what percentage of an audience that you show an advertisement to can you convert into some kind of actionable thing. So you might talk about your click-through rates, meaning if you show a thing to 1,000 people, how many people are likely to click through. You might talk about like sales conversions of the people that click through, what percentage of them are likely to buy a thing. If you're heavily hardcore view botting, if you're a big streamer, people will generally just pay you based on it's called, I think, CPM, which is like cost per milli or whatever. I don't know. But basically, for every 1,000 views, they'll just pay you some flat fee. But if you're not converting any sales, then sponsors just aren't going to continue to work with you because they're like, okay, well, this is just not worth it. We're spending so much money on this guy, and we get like no sales conversions whatsoever. So the my guess is for people that view bot, one is you might be able to scam sponsors one time. Two, you might be able to
I don't think that's worth it. I don't think scamming sponsors one time is worth it.
scam the Twitch inbuilt sponsor thing, because Twitch has an inbuilt dashboard that lets you do like Twitch approved or Twitch integrated ads. And then three, if you tell somebody that they're hype for long enough, other people will look at the person and think they're hype. You can probably use viewbots to attract viewers, right? Oh, what's this?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the third thing is most probable. That it's about attracting real people through elevated view numbers, concurrent view numbers. This person has to be good. After all, so many people watch him already.
This guy doing? He's got 5,000 viewers. I'm going to go and see what's going on his stream. So you get some
Yeah, exactly. That I think that's it.
organic traffic as a result of viewbotting. Twitch has cracked down on bots in the 2 to 3 days, and viewbotters/victims of viewbotting have been exposed. Streamers that are part of groups/orgs are seemingly being botted much more heavily. I don't want to start witch hunts, but the data is interesting. Go see for yourself. The f is this? Do we know? Did he say who streamed this is? How does conversion function with Twitch's ad bounty stuff? They probably just pay out, and if, like, broadly speaking, if the program is bad, then they probably cut rates across the platform, would be my guess. Well, I mean, they should track per person, actually, to see what individuals, and maybe they remove individual streamers from the program.
But again, I honestly think that Asmongold has zero benefit from botting. Like, even if supposedly he lost 20 viewers or followers, that's nothing. That is basically, and looking at the scale of his viewership, that is nothing. So it will make no sense for him to bot, honestly.
Doesn't level out or whatever. Oh, that's Your Rage Gaming. Damn. I'm retarded. I don't know how to use the website. How do I just see over 1 month? Whatever. Okay, recent streams. Oh, damn! It's always funny watching the first stream when somebody comes back and they can't work the view bots, and they always, I don't know if this happens all the time, but they always stream for like an hour and then they realize the view bots aren't kicking on, so they make up some excuse to leave. I wonder what he said here. Not that I'm accusing him of view botting. This could be totally innocuous, by the way, and have nothing to do with. This would have been the. Oh.
I'm not your up. I'm not your up, and you're not.
Is this Zoomer content? What is happening?
Are we back?
Oh, he's having. His whole stream was lagging. Okay, he was having problems.
Do y'all see? Move slow. Am I saying?
We good?
Selfie or a picture of herself on her story.
Wait, what was the stream glitch a while ago? I don't remember if it was like Your Rage or if it was Canute. Was it Your Rage where it glitched and it looked like his head was coming out of his head? It was like.
At 4 a.m. in the morning.
All these streamers use that same version of OBS.
What was
somebody
that?
told me that streamers like all stream to some other server now before their data goes out because they couldn't figure out how to work multi-RTMP or whatever. Have you ever seriously considered view botting? No, the problem is once you go down that road, it's a really hard road to come back from. I used to be, listen, okay, I'm not proud to admit this. I think I've talked about this before on stream, okay? I used to be a scum, lowly hacker back in the Brood War days. For all of like 2 months, I think. I had like a mineral hack for ladder. The problem with engaging in behavior like that is the mind will invent so many reasons for why you can, why you should keep doing it, right? Like, oh, like I don't use it that often, or oh, I only use it in bullshit situations where I should have won anyway, or like, well, everybody else is probably using it anyway, or oh, like there yeah. So I feel like as soon as you go down some road where you engage in behavior like that, it's very, very hard to come back from.
Jesus Christ! I think it's right now. I think we good. This is a game, bro.
What the?
Jesus. I used to use hacks to stream snipe Destiny and DayZ. Good. I know all of you. Anybody that killed me in any game ever was a hacker. Oh my god. Core memory. Unlocked.
Who?
Not like Hassan's when he went to Diddy parties with young girls on screens, but
What?
back in the Brood War days, I used Name Spoofer because it was funny to name yourself computer and colored letter
Okay, I
name.
feel like considering the newest scandal, Destiny should not be talking about Diddy parties with young viewers, okay?
Back when name spoofers worked on Brood War, I remember you could just, even if you didn't do anything crazy with it, you could put colors in your names. That would be cute because you'd have colored names in like the lobby screens and everything. And then in game when you were chatting. Aw. I don't understand this. Well, no, I guess I do. I just never did this. Like imagine having
this is Asmongold.
30,000 concurrent viewers and you've got a view bot an extra 10 to 20K. Why? He's probably not botting, but getting botted. That sounds like major cope to me. I could understand somebody view botting somebody illegitimately for like a few days with them or whatever. But
I mean, sure, but why would Asmongold need to bot? He's legitimately a pretty big creator with a lot of concurrent viewers. I just don't see the purpose.
for over weeks or months. Although it seems like every single OTK person was getting view botted, right? Is that what people were saying? Oh, I bet when
I honestly don't. I could make a case for the other people from One True King, but Asmongold, of all people, I don't buy it. I don't buy that you would need to buy it.
people sell
It just
sponsors
doesn't feel.
and stuff against your agency, if you can show like very high CCV concurrent viewership across multiple streamers and everything, you can probably pull that together for larger sponsor deals, and the agency takes a cut 10 to 20% or whatever it is for stuff like that. Maybe. No, Miskiff. See, like this view bot at least makes sense. If you're getting like
Who is Misgift?
5 to 8K and you view about 10K viewers, now you're at least a 5-digit Andy, 5-figure Andy. Hecto doesn't look like, people are saying he view bot it. Doesn't look like that much though, no? You can click on any streamers you want and then tap streams. From there, I would compare 21, 22, 23 of August performance and match it against usual performance. Gives you a good idea of what's happening. I've been thinking why orgs are bought heavily. Then the answer seemed almost obvious. Talent agencies receive a percentage from ad revenue, their talent does. By inflating their streamers, they can sell massive ad packages in bulk and take in much higher sums. To put simply, fraud. Yeah, maybe this, maybe yeah. Although again, I feel like it'd be hard to have repeat sponsorships because the numbers would be so bad. Because at the end of the day, people are going to know at the end, like how much they're selling to an audience, right? You have like tracker links and everything. You'll know how much you're selling. It doesn't seem like a problem for most people, but it's the silent killer. It kills the industry as a whole. It lowers discoverability for smaller streamers significantly and cuts down their income if they ever make it at all. I did some digging and shared findings with others and found egregious instances of streamers going from 100 viewers daily to 5,000 overnight.
Jesus.
I was speechless when I noticed they've been doing it for years.
I mean, I would like to have 100 viewers.
The worst part, a lot of recent streams ended up being sponsored. Awful. Here's an absolutely abysmal example of this. The fact that this can go on for years without the platform taking action is just sad, really. If Twitch doesn't care, why should anyone? Really? Did anybody figure out who this streamer was? Some VTuber? You can always tell, too, when a blow up is fake, because if you ever look, well, unless...
Yeah, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with his new thing. Yes, I am familiar with the topic of Rose. Was it?
Unless the pattern has changed. The way that like a streamer blow up will look.
I'm up to date.
Will generally be something like.
Unfortunately.
If somebody's like I don't know why I'm doing this logarithmically. Okay. If somebody's like a 1K Andy and they've been streaming, and then they have like a huge blow up moment where they get like 50K viewers, generally it'll look like this for like a few days, and then it'll usually drop off to something like this. This is like what a blow-up moment generally looks like. Blow-up moments will never, ever look like this. That's not a blow-up moment. That's artificial viewer inflation. Because typically on a hype moment, what's happening is something hype is happening and a lot of interest is attracted to your stream for the first time. And then if you have a good personality, you can convert these people into loyal viewers. Then some percentage, probably like 10 to 30% of these people, you'll convert to like long-term viewers. But it's never going to be every single person that shows up. That just never happens. This
like Asmongold, when he played Final Fantasy 14 for a bit, he had 100,000 concurrent viewers on those streams when he played Final Fantasy 14 for the first time.
So the example you use is a random VTuber that had drops on for Marvel Rivals. Date a little different because of time zone. Rivals drops, brother. There is years of data. 3K streamer overnight, nonstop with 0 followers per day. Marvels wasn't out in 2023. Limfeo, what are you talking about? Ooh. Wait, what does this 1528 thing mean? Oh, Minecraft speedrun. Oh no. Is this a good example of that? Well, so like this didn't look like a blow up moment. It looks like this person got popular over time, was kind of like slowly growing. Would I say slowly, maybe? This looks a bit weird. Like this stuff here, I don't know. But I mean, it's hard to generalize too. I'd have to look at the content. Well, I guess I just did generalize. No, I stand by my generalization.
What the hell?
Anytime you get a big growth moment that just is super sustained, I just think that's very unusual. Like anytime you have something that looks like this, like these like plateaus of viewership, I think that's like very weird generally. Unless there's like a really good explanation for it. How does anyone ever get away with botting to begin with? Is it not easy to detect? Well, one, there are tons of ways that bots can defeat bot discovery. And then two, there's a lot of ways that, and then two, it's hard to prove that it's impossible to prove that somebody's viewbotting themselves, right? Like imagine banning, because let's say that you ban me because I viewbot, and then I say, whoa, bro, I didn't do it. Somebody else, botted me. And you're like, oh, don't care. Well, let's say then that I hate, some streamer. Okay, well, I'm just going to go viewbot some other streamer because I'm going to do that until they get banned. And then now people start viewbotting each other until they get banned. That is true. Right. Good example here.
Viewbot wars.
Things event, February, March. Can I see how long ago was the OnlyFans thing? Fuck me. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here, though. So they have
apparently a lot of streamers have taken a break now as well.
200 to 800, and then they have their big. I'm guessing this is kind of like a blow up moment doing the OnlyFans stuff, and it peaks out at whatever this day was, and then after like the hype dies down, it kind of settles out. But look, they settle out to a higher CCV than they had before, right? So now they're averaging twice as much, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 versus the 200 to 500 before. Crazy part is it's the small, mid-sized creator who gets the hardest. These large streamers have driven out hundreds of millions of dollars from multi-billion-dollar companies that have fully pulled out of the marketing space. If you're going to bot for the appearance of having clout, please stop accepting sponsorships. You're f***ing everyone else over. Real large creators bring in hundreds of millions of dollars in deals to each respective platform because their own personal deals result in the expected amount of conversions from their real high viewership. However, for viewbotters, this is not the case. Viewbotters who inflate their viewership by 50% or more do not meet conversion requirements. Oh, he's talking about the conversion requirements. They justify the high pay based on the provided inflated numbers. This then results in the companies exiting the space and blaming the space. So viewbotters are literally robbing the entire industry of hundreds of millions of dollars of future revenue for real creators. This happens because when viewbotters accept sponsors, they aren't giving their real viewership. They are instead giving their inflated botted viewership. And botted viewership doesn't convert because they aren't real people. So companies unknowingly pay for their product to be advertised to fake viewers. And when the conversion doesn't meet the viewership provided, They don't blame the thing, which they don't understand, view botting. They instead blame the market for not being a right fit for their product and fully exit. This is probably true. This is probably the most mature, intelligent Twitch or train wrecks tweet I've seen regarding view botting.
Mature tweet, says Destiny, the mature individual.
Twitch. I don't know how. It would be interesting if any company spoke about this publicly. I don't know if they would. There might be reasons why they would never speak about this publicly. But somebody said earlier, Destiny, have you seen the video about Myth's blow up during Fortnite and fall off afterwards? Actually insane. No. And I don't even understand it that well. One of the things I used to say back when I was like a professional gamer is I'd always said that
professional gamer
had like 3 buckets of viewership loyalty. You have like your first bucket is like some hype event is going on. This is like when you have the most viewers. And then the second bucket is like doing the thing that you specialize in. And then the third thing is like viewers that will follow you anywhere. The reason why
life was better when I didn't know all those streamers. Have I introduced you to most of them? Admit it. I've introduced you to most streamers, haven't I? I've introduced you to the streaming space, haven't I? You were happier then, but now I've introduced you to controlled misery. You're welcome, by the way. Press like on the stream if you're thankful for what I did. Destiny, Asmongold, Hassan, I knew before. Wait, who did you not know before then? Who did you get acquainted with through me? I guess I gotta ask now.
back in my StarCraft 2 days, I was so envious of like variety streamers, is that their viewership would follow them literally no matter what they did. Whereas if you were a pro gamer, your viewership is basically always going to be stuck here. And the goal was always to convert people into more loyal fan categories. And Myth was a massive Fortnite streamer. Or at least for the time, it was considered massive, right? Myth was like a 5-figure viewer streamer, I believe, right? Like 10K, 15, 20K concurrent viewership. Am I exaggerating that a little bit? Myth had a huge viewership, but then when Fortnite died, he lost everything. He became like a 3-figure viewer streamer, which is ordinary for people that just are good at a game but don't have like very attractive like personalities. Like you just don't whatever. Like they're good at a game, but that was it. But I feel like Myth is like really funny. Every interaction I see him in with other streamers, he seems like a funny dude. He seems like a cool guy. He seems like I don't know.
Cool personality.
I don't understand how that fall off happened so dramatically. Wait, Myth is only triple-digit viewers? Yeah, or like low triple-digit too, I think, right? Like 400 or something.
I'm going to have to interact more with those streamers if I want to grow. I feel like I'm going to have to do more collaboration / I don't know, debate. Conrad, do you feel like I should do more debate? Do you feel that that's the ticket for me? Yeah? Yeah, I feel I might have a debate soon. I might have a debate about socialism. How do you feel about socialism, Conrad? How do you feel about Pep S? Oh, you've just joined. I haven't told you about my book that I found randomly on the bookshelf. It's called, I'm going to read it out in Polish. I've already translated it twice to everybody that's here. Antykomunizm socjalistów. Listen to this. Back cover. I'm going to read it out in Polish one time. Walkę z komunizmem uważamy za konieczność dla dobra klasy pracującej, dla jej siły, znaczenia i przyszłości. Nie może za pieniądze rosyjskie przy pomocy agentów moskiewskich zatruwać klasę pracującą. Nie molić, by hieny żądne krwi żerowały na głodzie i nędzy mas. Do walki, towarzysze, raz nareszcie atmosferę życia robotniczego. Raz nareszcie ruch robotniczy musi się oprzeć na zdrowej podstawie. Wszystko, co nie jest naszym, musi się znaleźć poza nami. Walka o duszę robotnika, walka o czystość sprawy i honor klasy pracującej. Oto wielkie zadanie, jakie stoi przed nami na najbliższą przyszłość. Antykomunizm socjalistów. That's the title. Do walki z komunizmem. Dziennik 7 maja 1928 rok. Numer 104. I feel like it's gonna be an interesting book. I feel like it's gonna be good, actually. Where is an EPAN book? Not all EPAN books are trash. Not all EPAN books are garbage. Some are good. This is EPAN Białystok. Right. Let's continue. I've gotten a lot of free EPAN books because my father was a public figure, and they kept sending me books even years after his death. It's weird. I would receive boxes full of books for free that would be just addressed to my father. post-mortem. Very grim. I didn't say that. I could even argue that more than 50% are said to be good, at least from what I see on history books, discussion groups. Yeah. I know that some of the Holocaust-related books are quite bad on the EPAN side because of censorship of certain events and certain things. But a lot of it is indeed good. A lot of it is good. Yeah. A lot of it I would classify as good. All right, let's continue with this.
I don't know how. A lot of people say you could do anything, people would still watch. Or do you know, think of Forsen when a mass murder spree, he would still get the same viewers? Well, some people have just built like a viewership base and then like a community around those viewers. And those viewers will
Yeah, some people are just build a community of fanatical viewers that will watch whatever you do. That is true. Some people are just fanatical in their devotion to their streamers. Past common sense. Past any type of sense. Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair summary, I would say, Conrad.
probably never leave. Like, I'm sure I have several thousand of those types of viewers, hopefully. Forsen definitely does. I feel like people like Moon and Northern Lion have as well. Like, these guys are kind of siloed off in that they have their own viewer base and they will watch them through almost no matter what. Average viewers, Jesus. Yeah, 20, 30, 40,000. This was in 2018. And then in 2019, it was like 2 to 5,000 maybe. And then in 2020, there was a little bitty kind of blow up thing. And then, Jesus. Oh, I wonder how much going to YouTube. I think he was one of the people that took a YouTube.
There's some books from PFON that are really good, but I still would expect more publishers to do so. Well, history is not super popular. History books are not exactly top sellers, in my experience.
Deal, right? Maybe that them too, maybe?
Well, that's it. That's there was a botting scandal. I don't really think there was any purpose for Asmongold to be botting. That's basically it.